Our next speaker doesn't really need any introduction. He's been a very, very loyal supporter of this town, Mark Crowe.
Thank you for having me here, Peter. Thank you for the invitation. My name is Mark Crowe. I'm the president of Stonebridge Building Group. I guess in speaking with Peter, he asked me to kind of give you a bit of a background that we work in other places other than just Wasaga Beach. I've been in the business for 34 years. Initially, we worked on buying raw land, developing lots in Bolton, Brampton, Oakville, Orangeville, Wasaga Beach. Taking things through the OPA, rezoning, draft plan approval, servicing and registering plans of subdivision. I've done over 30 plans of subdivision. In Brampton, we work to kind of integrate neighborhood commercial as well as doing residential. So next slide. So we developed a lot of plazas on corners where typically grocery anchored plazas. Like Airport Road and Countryside, got a Chalo, a Shoppers, a TD, Pizza, Subway, different types of development like that. Oakville, this was a development we did where we did long-term care, live, work, townhouses, single family, community parks, and things like that. The other kind of aspect of our business is that we do a lot of property management. We own apartment buildings, plazas, which we all self-manage. And then recently, I finished a plaza in Welland. I'm doing another plaza in Welland. In Stainer, across from the Tim Hortons there. I'm putting in a No Frills this year and a Wendy's. Next slide. As far as our local work, currently we have Kingfisher Cove, which is the last kind of phase of Stonebridge by the Bay. We have 35 townhouse units there. They have access to the beach club where you can walk to the water. On the Wasaga River, we have an outdoor saltwater pool. On 18th and Mosley, we have a development we're calling Long Beach. We're net zero certified, and that would be our first net zero certified project. Next slide. The Breakers is probably where we're best known for what we're doing right now, and our plan is to develop 164 residential units and 27,000 square feet of commercial, small commercial and some larger format commercial. The rendering you see there is kind of how the development would look from the water. Having developed Stonebridge for over the last 20 years, we're excited to see the beach, one, finally developed. It was through the foresight of the town to assemble the land into larger blocks to allow for a more cohesive development. This allowed the town the opportunity to attract hoteliers like Sunray, and then that will build a Marriott hotel, and plus allow the beach to finally come into its own. I remember working here in 2007, and we were, developing commercial, and they had the fire, and I had all kinds of consultants from different places we did work, and they said, "Oh my God, did your development burn down?" And I was like, "No, the development didn't burn down. It was actually a very localized, centralized fire with some very old buildings on a very windy night, and it, went up like a matchstick, and I just think that it was kind of poor press at the time. It didn't explain that it wasn't like a Chicago fire that burned the whole town down. The development that you can see there, I mean, it's going to be a mix of live-work units, back-to-back units, dual frontage units, some traditional commercial, and what we'd like to do is do some rental apartments. But I get a little bit more detail on that. Next slide, please. So just to kind of walk you through what, we have these dual frontage units. They are 1,900 to 2,100 square feet. They're 4-bedroom, and we've tried to stick with the kind of coastal Cape Cod architectural feel that you can see on the building that we're doing down there now. And then we have back-to-back units here. They are around 1,650 square feet. Everything we're building down on the beach has a rooftop terrace. We think if you're going to be on the world's longest freshwater beach, you got to be able to see it. So I see that Enrique's here and Susie's here, and I'll show you in a few minutes. We've got some pictures from the terrace. It's quite a view. So we've got hot tubs that can be put on the roof, and then this is the building we're building here, which is a live-work unit. But before I get into that, I think it is important to recognize that the town of Wasaga Beach is really very entrepreneurial. The vast majority of the businesses in town are investor-driven, independently owned, operated, small businesses. Even the franchises are locally owned, and there's very few corporate businesses. I mean, even larger stores like you'd think the Canadian Tire or some of these are local people that believe in the community, believe in the town, and it's nice that they have that kind of desire to be here and to work here. Our live-work units cater to the entrepreneurial business group, and they're really set up to allow the commercial spaces to thrive year-round by offering an owner a place to live, a place to work, with an additional unit that can provide space either for extended family or rental income that can help support the commercial until the seasonality of the beach changes, because we are working towards a 4-season community, thus supporting the viability of the commercial. It's not to say that some people may buy the unit and then maybe rent the commercial, because there is strong demand for that type of thing as well. Next slide. This is the live-work here. This is what you call kind of a dollhouse. It kind of gives you a sense of what actually is going on here. So you've got the garage, you've got the commercial, you've got a primary unit, secondary unit, and your rooftop terraces. Now these pictures were just taken a couple days ago from the rooftop terrace. So you can see Christian Island, you can see Collingwood, you can see the mouth of the Wasaga. It's really quite beautiful. Next slide, please. Just to kind of explain how these units work. So this is the one unit. So you end up with a commercial unit. You've got a primary unit with a terrace, a secondary unit with a terrace, and that's kind of how they work together. But the idea is to try and create sustainable commercial for small entrepreneurial people to thrive, live, and do 4-season business on the beach. Next slide, please. So village concept. Interestingly enough, people came, if you look back in history, people came for the beach, but they also came for the social, cultural aspect of life on the world's longest freshwater beach. When you look back at the old pictures, you can see people enjoyed the beach and shops, cafes, and accommodations and restaurants. When you look at successful destinations, for example, this is Whistler. This was a resort town that was skiing. That's what it was. It is now a four-season, strong, vibrant community. Why? Because what it did was it created promenade streets, it created shops, it created boutiques, restaurants, cafes, and reasons for people to want to come there. So now, because it has a natural environment like Wasaga Beach, people go there in the summer and they enjoy these amenities. Here's another example, Argyle Street in Halifax. Same thing, you've got a promenade street. Now, through the wisdom of the town, that's exactly what Mayor Smith and Andrew McNeil are doing. They're creating these promenade streets. So First Street, yes, it's open to vehicular traffic, but it's also a promenade, a place that you can walk around, do that kind of thing. Same kind of thing as Beach Drive. So people, with these promenade streets, people like to walk, mingle, socialize, mix, and this synergy of taking people who live there, visit, work there, and enjoy the shops, the cafes, restaurants, gift shops, souvenir shops. These activities are all non-weather related. And this is what gets people into having four season down on the beach. So when you bring this vibrancy to the world's longest freshwater beach and the Nottawasaga River, Nancy Island, you end up with a world-class destination. The Breakers urban village concept, which is really what we're trying to emulate. We want people to be able to consider going there, 12 months a year. The town of the Blue Mountains. I remember Interwest when they started. It was it worked in the winter and for 3 months, and you could blow a cannon through it for the rest of the time. But if you do what the town and business people are doing in partnership, we are trying to create that four-season community. Our idea really is to create an urban village. The concept is to design and create walkable, mixed-use environment that serves both residents and visitors. In addition, the mix of housing types is a key component to this design. Purpose-built apartments, townhouses, commercial spaces, and secondary suites together create a diverse residential environment. This diversity supports a broader range of residents, increases year-round occupancy, and contributes to a more balanced and sustainable community. The next slide. So, when I was asked to do this, and Joe Bickerstaff, your resident historian, over the years has given me photographs, but if you look at Main Street and you look at this, these are all little shops, and guess what? People live above them. Yeah. So, we're not reinventing the wheel here. We're bringing the wheel back to where it started, and we're trying to create that vibrancy. So, Enrique, very nicely, I asked him, can you run out and get me some pictures so you can show that you take these little shops with people can live above them, you can add the promenade, and you all of a sudden can create a very, very interesting place. Good weather, bad weather, warm weather, cold weather, but a place to go. And I think it's in keeping too, if you note that 58.8% of businesses in Simcoe County have less than 4 employees. Wow. So if you think about that, this kind of vibrancy, and if you think about the town, I'm talking about Canadian Tire, all this kind of thing, these are people that want to live here, like Matthew. And they want to have a business, they want to thrive, grow, have a family, have a successful life, socialize. I think this is what's going to take us to this four-season destination. Next slide. So again, I'm not, but if you look back at the histories, 1920, this one's 1940, 1960. I mean, this place was all kinds of interesting small businesses, places for people to meet, places for people to get together, places for people to enjoy life, thrive, work, live, or visit. So to further understand this, Wasaga Beach and the four-season concept, it's important to look at the main categories of tourism. There's nature-based tourism, culture-based tourism, purpose-based tourism, and lifestyle-based tourism. For decades, Wasaga Beach has been one of Ontario's premier tourist destinations. The beachfront attracts approximately 2 million visitors annually, making it one of the most visited freshwater destinations in Canada. But historically, this success has been driven by only 2 of those 4 tourism categories. And so it's important to note what the town and partners are doing to take it from the 2, to take it to the 4, to make it the 4 seasons. Next slide, please. So this is more of a little plug to be able to show you my building, but nature-based tourism. Nature-based tourism, strongest tourism asset is the world's longest freshwater beach, swimming, boating, other beach activities, the scenery of Georgian Bay, the unique ecosystem, wetlands, wildlife, and including things like the endangered piping plover. These are natural assets that have established Wasaga Beach as a premier nature-based tourism destination. Next slide, or a little more promo here. Lifestyle-based tourism. Closely connected to its natural assets is Wasaga Beach's strength as a lifestyle destination for generations. You can't talk to anybody and say, I'm working in Wasaga Beach, that they don't say, family vacations, cottages, camping experiences, relaxation, recreation, wellness, and leisure activities. These experiences have created lasting memories and built Wasaga Beach's reputation as a destination for family-oriented tourism. So those are the 2 things that have been done very well. Here's where, through the wisdom of what's happening, next slide, expanding tourism through culture tourism. The beachfront revitalization represents a unique opportunity to expand beyond those traditional tourism drivers. Through the collaboration efforts of the town, the province, and the private sector has acted as a catalyst for this transformation. One of the greatest opportunities created through the beachfront revitalization is the ability to strengthen Wasaga Beach's cultural tourism offering. The fact that the province is putting, $22 million into Nancy Island is so significant. While visitors have traditionally come to Wasaga Beach for its natural beauty and recreational experiences, the revitalized downtown and beachfront will create new opportunities for people to connect with community's history, culture, and local identity. Investments such as Festival Square, the revitalization of Beck Square. We've worked with the town. We had a bronze casting made of Anthony Beck, and this was just finished being poured on Thursday. So it's not set how you are going to see it, but I just thought that it's these are important things because these are the ongoing things that are happening. So this will be erected in the short term, but it creates community gathering places, festivals, concerts, cultural celebrations, farmers markets, public events. These spaces help transform the beachfront from a seasonal destination into a year-round community hub. Combine this revitalization, as I said, with like Nancy Island. You've opportunities to experience local heritage, learn about the area's historical significance, and participate in educational and cultural programming. These investments create reasons for visitors to come beyond the beach itself. They encourage repeat visitations, support local businesses, and help establish Wasaga Beach as a destination where people can experience not only the natural environment, but also the culture, history, and character of the community. By expanding the cultural tourism, Wasaga Beach strengthens its ability to attract visitors through the year and moves closer to achieving its vision of becoming a true four-season destination. Next slide. Purpose, the last tourism thing is, the expanded purpose is expanding purpose-based tourism. And this is important. And when I said, you know, the town worked to, can I get just a drop of water? I should have had my son come and talk to us. He's much better than me, but I'll get through this. Purpose-based tourism attracts visitors. So by assembling the land that we were able to encourage, like a Sunray, to come and create a world-class destination, this is purpose-based tourism. It attracts visitors who travel for a specific reason or event. And, well, thank you. For a specific reason, event, activity, or experience. Unlike traditional leisure tourism, these visitors are motivated by planned purpose. This extends beyond enjoying the beach itself. The beachfront revitalization and broader community investments create significant opportunities to expand this segment through things like Nancy Island. You get educational tourism through school field trips, guided tours, heritage programs, historical interpretation, their experiences through year-round attraction, and brings visitors to Wasaga for education. At the same time, the addition of a hotel with overnight accommodations, conference facilities, a spa will help attract tournaments, competitions, business meetings, special events. These events and investments will complement community recreational facilities, including the Twin Pad Arena, and by providing accommodations and event space needed to support the larger regional and provincial events. Participants, spectators, conference attendees, and their families often stay overnight, generating additional economic benefits for local businesses, restaurants, retailers, and tourism operators. By expanding opportunities, with sporting events, Wasaga can create the more diverse tourism economy with increased year-round visitation and further establish itself as a true four-season destination. Next slide. And all we have to do is just look at what's just happening here now. A true four-season community is not created by tourism alone. It's built by year-round employment, stable housing, community infrastructure that allows families to live, work, and stay in the community throughout all seasons. Tourism plays a key role, but it must evolve from seasonal visitation into a diversified year-round economy. Wasaga Beach's four-season vision is being actively supported through the ongoing work by the town and its partners to strengthen both the community's infrastructure and economic development. The fact that you've got 2 high schools that will support 1,145 students. You've got, Brian announced last week, 288 bed long-term care facility. I mean, that's incredible. I think since 2023, there's been 1,100 jobs created. There's another 200 jobs associated with the beachfront development, 350 with this long-term care facility. I know that the commercial within our development will create at least 80 plus jobs. So together, these investments in education, healthcare, tourism, and development, we're helping transform Wasaga Beach into a more balanced, resilient community by strengthening both employment opportunities, family-oriented structure, and the town is laying the foundation for steady population growth and a more active year-round community. Thank you.
Yes, we have some questions. Is it working? If you see a little green light on it.
A very important question. On the site of the breakers, what's happening with the liquor in the beer store? Because I notice it's probably coming out. Is it going to be put back in the same general facility, which is convenient for all the people that take?
Yeah, we want to work with both of them. I mean, they're both assets to the community, and I mean, we'll work with them.
They're not going to be part of your site, though? They're going to be relocated within each one, do you think, or is there not?
Yeah, I would suggest that they would be relocated within the area.
Quickly?
Yeah, no. I mean, no, there wouldn't be downtime. There wouldn't be downtime.
My name is Maxine Walker, and most people know me in this room. But anyway, I live in one of your houses in Stonebridge. But what I want people to know is you, because we have over 30,000 daffodils in our neighborhood and around because of you.
Well,
And also, not only because we started it as I'm a friend of the library as well, and we started it as a project for the friend of the library. So the selling of the daffodils and the planting of the daffodils were all done by volunteers, and we had over $7,000 earned for the library. And we had to quit it because of COVID, but I would like to reinvent the wheel and do it again. But I'm too old, so I need some younger people to do it. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
I just want to say thank you for filling a need in the long-term care department. I speak from personal experience. I've had 100, she's now 104, that's been riding a provincial wait list since she's been 100 years old to find a place in Simcoe County to put her in. And that certainly is a need that we needed here in Simcoe County and in Wasaga Beach, especially with an aging population. So I just wanted to personally say thank you.
And it's a big thank you to the town and council for that.